What would you do if one morning everything that gave your life meaning suddenly disappeared? This is the story of a man who lost his colors and found his light. Fade in, waves crashing softly against the shore. A quiet seaside town bathed in golden sunrise. A man stands before his canvas, brush in hand, painting the morning sky that looks almost jealous of his creation. Vihaan was known across the small coastal town as the man who painted emotions. He didn't just paint what he saw, he painted what he felt. Children would gather outside his studio, watching him turn blank canvases into festivals of color. He could make rain look warm and night feel alive. People said he could capture the soul of the sunrise itself, in gold and orange, red and violet. For Vihaan, colors weren't just pigments, they were his language. He believed every shade spoke a story, every hue had a heartbeat, and in those colors, he found purpose. But life, as it often does, had other plans. One evening, while finishing a painting of the ocean, Vihaan felt something strange. The blue looked dull. The red didn't shine. Within days, he couldn't tell the difference between sunlight and shadow. Doctors called it a rare optical illness, incurable. In simple words, he would never see colors again. Imagine that. For a painter, it was like a musician going deaf or a bird losing its wings. He stopped painting, stopped stepping outside. The world that once danced in colors now sat silent in gray. His studio, once filled with laughter and light, became a cave of shadows. The brushes dried up. The smell of paint faded. The walls gathered dust, just like his dreams. Days became weeks. The same gray sky, the same gray sea, and the same question echoing in his mind. What am I if I can't paint? Then one morning, a small knock. When Vihaan opened the door, he saw a little girl holding a broken crayon. Her eyes were bright, innocent. "Sir," she said softly, "can you fix my color? It doesn't work anymore." Vihaan froze. He hadn't touched a brush in months, but something in her voice, that pure belief, melted the silence. He took the crayon, sat at his old desk, and drew a small flower in black and white. The girl stared, her face glowing. "It's beautiful," she whispered. "You don't need colors to make something bright." Vihaan looked at her and smiled for the first time in months. That night, he couldn't sleep. The girl's words echoed in his mind. "You don't need colors to make something bright." So the next morning, he picked up his brush again. This time, not to paint what he saw, but what he felt. He painted with shades of gray, black, and white. But in those shadows, emotions came alive. Pain, hope, strength, acceptance. People began to visit again. They stood before his new paintings in silence, not because they missed the color, but because they felt something deeper. His work spoke the language of the soul. Months later, his black and white paintings were displayed in a gallery. Critics called it the most colorful art ever seen. Not because of the pigments, but because of the emotion they carried. Vihaan had lost his sight to color, but gained a new vision, one that saw beyond it. He realized, sometimes life takes away what defines us, only to reveal who we really are. Vihaan didn't need to see colors. He became one. So tell me, If life took away the one thing you love most, would you give up or start again? Comment your thoughts below. And don't forget to subscribe to Dream Elevate Hub for more stories that awaken your strength. Who knows, maybe your story will inspire the next one.